Now, for number 2, we have the square root of 6 times the square root of 3 plus 5 times the square root of 6. Now we have a plus in between these two expressions right here. So first we're going to see if we can add anything or simplify anything in the parentheses first. As you can see, 3 and 6 are not the same number, so we can't add them together. We can't simplify. So our next step is to multiply radical 6 by each term. So we're going to distribute it to each term. So we're going to rewrite it as radical 6 times radical 3 plus radical 6 times 5 radical 6. Now when we multiply these numbers out, we have to look if they're both under the radical or if there's a number that's outside the radical. As you can see, 6 and 3 are both under the radical, so we can multiply these two numbers together. So we're going to have radical 18. Now for this, we have radical 6 times 5 radical 6. Now, we cannot multiply this radical 6 by 5, but we can multiply radical 6 by radical 6. So we will have 5 times 6. Where we get 6 from, we know that radical 6 times radical 6 will give us 6, because a radical times its radical self, it would just be the number that's underneath that radical. So this would give us 30. So we're going to have radical 18 plus 30. Now, we need to see if we can simplify any radicals or add or subtract. So now we have radical 18. We can simplify this even further. We can do this as perfect square. We can do times 9 times 2. We're going to have plus 30 here. Again, rewrite this. You're going to have the square root of 9 times the square root of 2 plus 30, which will leave us with the square root of 9, which should just be 3, times the square root of 2 plus 30. Again, 30 does not have a radical 2 in front of it, so we leave it as it is. This would be your final answer.